Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with another episode of Stamp Time with Friends, Roll of the Dice. Or Roll of the Die. So my neighbors are having a party out back, so I do not own the rights to any music if my camera picks it up. And yeah. So this month, what do we have to do? We were all going to use the Easter Bunny bundle. We had to do some embossing, use the neutral colors, the punches, had to be Easter themed, and use foil and or DSP, Designer Series paper. Now, since this video is going to come out before the new catalog does, the neutral colors are staying the same. So if you want to stock up on neutral colors or any of the paper collections, you may want to do it before the new catalog comes out in May because the prices do go up by $2. Just to let you know that. So any paper cardstock you may want to buy now. You can definitely go to my website, tiffanyMcgill.stampinup.net. It is in the description box as well. Everything I use today will be in the description box as usual. We are using the Easter Bunny bundle. I know I used the Easter Bunny last month, but the dice tells us what to do. So, Easter Bunny. My punches, I use the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. I use the Petal Park punch. And those are the only punches I use. The embossing folder, I use Timber. That's on my back table. So we'll just leave that there. It's going to be Easter foil sheets. I will have the number in the description box. And then Easter Bunny bundle. Okay. Here are the cards I came up with. Look at how super cute. This one, I use the gold foil sheets for the background, and I use Blackberry Bliss and Early Espresso. This one, I use the Blackberry Bliss. Is it Blackberry Bliss? Yeah, Blackberry Bliss. And I use Pecan Pie, and I use the foil sheet with stays on to make the Happy Easter, just stamped right on the foil sheet, and the Petal Park for the bigger flowers. This is the Petal Park, the smallest flower. So you just have options. These cards are super easy. I did use my blends to color them. You can color them and just glue it down like on a white paper, or kind of cut it out. I'm going to show you the next one is going to be cut out, but I'm going to show you this card without having to color. Okay, so I did do some extra coloring because I'm going to make a few more of these cards. This one is just the light and dark pecan pie. I just kind of layered the colors until I got the color I wanted. And this is the light and dark crumb cake. Now, yes, only half of their bodies are colored because when you put them in the circles, you don't really see the whole thing. So that's where I put the glue, where the white was. Okay. But for this card, we're going to use Misty Moonlight. And we are going to use Smokey Slate and Crumb Cake for the rabbits. Okay. We're not going to do any coloring on camera because you can, you know, layer your colors and do it like this, or just take your block. This is the D block. Take your rabbits. Mine are stained because I used them with stays on, and I don't know where my stays on cleaner is. It does not hurt it. I don't think it does anyway. All right, and I'm just going to use what colors? I'm going to use the pecan pie on top of the crumb cake. Maybe. I can't open it. Sometimes these things are finicky. Okay. So, putting this right into the pecan pie because I want to have a little bit darker bunny. Here we go. I'm going to clean my stamp. I do have the Stampin' Scrub, and I will use those afterwards, but right now I just like to use a spray and a lint-free paper towel. Excuse me. That's just a quick way to clean it And then at the end, I will give it a proper scrub with the Stampin' Scrub. All right, so now we're going to use our Smoky Slates, and I'm going to, I don't have the Smoky Slate stamp pad, so I would use Smoky Slate on top of that. But since I don't have it, I'm going to use Pebbled Path. They're both pretty much a gray color. So use what you have. Obviously, I would like you to buy both, but use what you have. All right, I'm going to clean this off real quick just because I know I'll stick my arm on it. Okay. Now, we're going to just, well, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take just a white gel pen, or you can use different color gel pens, or you can use your Stampin' Write markers, and just add little details wherever you may like. I'm just going to add a little details here and there. If you want to use Bubble Bath to give his little nose some pink color, feel free. That's what I used on these ones here. Just use some Bubble Bath. So this is for our no color option, like I was saying. Sometimes I just don't feel like coloring, and then sometimes I want to color all day. So it's really up to you what you want to do. Just going to add some little white here. And again, you can use your different color markers, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then where else did I put a little mark on him? Just on his little back, and here. And actually this one I think I am going to make his eye just a little bit brighter. Same thing here. There we go. Okay. You can make their, well, these ones we don't need their tails, but you could gel ink their tails or use the white ink, or, you know, there's just various options that you can use. And I think I am going to get my dark Bubble Bath blends and just give them a little nose. That's all. And maybe color in their little ears, just so that way it has like a hint of color. And this is easy, especially for, you know, if you don't like to color, this is easy. This is something you can do. Or you can leave it as is, that's fine. Okay, now what I'm going to do is crumb cake. I am going to add color because I just want you to see what you can do. You can stamp it out, leave it, it looks great as is, or take your blends and just add a different color to maybe his tummy or something like that. So you don't have to do full coloring at all. You can do some coloring, no coloring, all coloring, whatever you want to do. Okay. Just going to kind of blend this in just a little bit more like that. And then on that one, let's see what we want to add to that one. I'm going to add a little light smoky slate. Here we go. And I'm just going to add it down here and on his belly. Okay, great way to use your blends. Don't be afraid to use them. Some people are like, well, I don't know how to color. Well, that's okay. The blends kind of do the work for you. Okay, so see, super cute. All right, so now what we need to do is put them aside, let them dry. We need to work on our card bases. So take one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, score it at 4 1/4 on the short side, and cut it at 5 1/2 on the long side. That gives you 2 card bases that we have here. Now you're going to take your gold foil sheet and you're going to cut that down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. It's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than what your card base is. we're going to take our tape runner or glue or whatever you want, put that layer down. And again, this measurement was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're going to layer that. If you want a bigger border, like I was saying, you know, make it a bigger border. I might have cut my paper wrong. Sometimes that happens. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Normally it doesn't take me this long to set it down, but because the light is shining off of it, it's making me not see correctly. And so everything is coming out crooked, but that's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and layer the next one. And then we are good to go. Yep, I typically do 2 cards at the same time, just because when you cut your 8.5 by 11 paper, you get 2 card bases. So why not? Alright, so here we go with this one. I can't see. Okay. Alright. We also are going to need 2 of the inside pieces, which I cut my inside pieces at 4 by 5 1/4. Just because that's the measurement I like. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. I layer all of my cards inside, even if it's a white card base, just because I like the look of the double layers. And it makes sure that the back of your card is as thick as the front of your card. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add those to the inside of our card. And I do like to stamp or decorate the inside, just a small little decoration. Nothing too fancy. Let's do our other one. And this is basic white. It used to be called Whisper White. This might be basic white thick, because I like the thick one. Okay, there we go. We'll stamp in a little bit. Okay, so now what we need to do is put those aside, and we need to create our timber piece, our 3D wood. So I like to punch before I emboss, but you can emboss first if you want. We're going to take our 1 3/4 circle, and from the right hand side we're going to line it up, and I just pushed mine all the way in, and then I went on the bottom left, lined it up, and pushed it all the way in. That's how I got my circles. If you want them to be a different distance, obviously you're going to do whatever distance you want. So top right, bottom left, and then you're going to run it through your embossing machine and emboss your timber. Okay, so we have our 3D timber, and just decide which side you want to be at the top, kind of like that. Okay, so now you're going to take your rabbits, whichever ones, either your colored ones or your stamped, whatever ones you want, and I'm going to go this way. And what I did was I just took my snips and about half, just kind of cut them out. I didn't cut the bottoms out because I need that to glue to my card base. Okay, so just fussy cut around. Like that. Now this one, his little mouth got weird. So I'm just going to take a black pen and just kind of, that's it. Okay. So see how you have that little, a little tab to kind of glue it. I'm going to cut some of it off because it was in my other circle that I didn't want it to be in. And he's just going to kind of hide out here like that. You can glue it or tape it or put your dimensionals. I'm just going to glue it. I like the wet glue so that way I can just position him wherever he needs to be. There we go. And the same with this one. This one does have the punch, so we could have used the punch for that, for our punch requirement, but I wanted to use other punches. You could even like powder emboss the rabbits onto your cardstock. That would look really cute too. Okay. This one I didn't want his like little leg piece in there, so this one I kind of knew where he goes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back and then position him, and I'll cut off the excess. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the back looks like that. Now we're going to take our card bases that we've already prepped, and we're going to add our little rabbit friends like that. Need to cut off a little piece here. And we're going to use our dimensionals to add our rabbit friends, which mine are right here. I used about like 6 or 8 dimensionals. Some people would have just used 4 and called it done. I just like a lot of dimensionals. So whatever you're comfortable with, that's how many you're going to use. And I'm going to put some on the rabbits like that. And then you are almost done and you're ready for sentiments. You can add more gold foil to the front if you like a faux ribbon or something like that. Okay. They look cute, so you're going to do the same for the other card. Okay, so for this one I decided I wanted to add just a little bit of seam binding, and let's see if I can get a nice little bow here. There we go. And I already took the backing off of my dimensionals. Let me add just a few more. Maybe one more to hold this ribbon down. Okay. So just line it up like so. I have to tie my bows with my project upside down. Kind of like how you tie your shoe. There we go. Okay. And then just trim off your little excess here. Okay. All right. So now what we need to do is punch out our flowers and our little sentiment. So we're going to take scraps of your Misty Moonlight, and you can do the small flowers or you can add the big flowers. Doesn't really matter. I think I'm just going to do these two sizes since they're right next to each other and I can punch them out at the same time. And we'll do, I like to crinkle them. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just layer a flower. So just put a little dimension on the middle. You can use multiple colors if you want to layer it. Just going to glue it down. So see how just changing up your flowers changes up your whole card. And once you have a card design, it doesn't take this long to make the cards. It's just obviously I'm going slow so that way everyone of every crafting level can follow along. But usually when you get a design and you know exactly what to do, you just follow it and it's quick and you can make these cards in what, 10 minutes or so? Super quick. Okay. This one, I think I like that double flower here, so I'm going to add that to this one as well. So these are the medium and the large from the Petal Park. Okay. And I'm just going to add these flowers here. And then what we're going to do is stamp our sentiment and we're going to layer it up because I kind of like the layered look better than the stays on stamp. But you can choose which one you like better. Okay, so what we need to do is take a scrap piece of our basic white and we need to take our Misty Moonlight stamp pad and our Happy Easter sentiment, or whatever sentiment you're going to use. And just kind of line it up. I'm only going to do one because my other card is not going to be an Easter card. Okay, so like that. And I felt my rabbits needed to have a little bit more bling, so I did add the Wink of Stella. Right now that is out of stock, but we are getting so close to my heart. Is it close to my heart? I think it's close to my heart. And I hope we get their glitter brushes because those brushes are amazing. Okay, now we need to take our, you can back it however you want. This one I did the gold on top of the Blackberry Bliss. You can do it the opposite way, but I think I'm going to do it the same way. So I'll cut this out. And okay, so then we're going to take a piece of gold foil sheet. I had a piece on my desk somewhere for this. Okay, I don't know what I did with it. And you can measure these to get it perfect. I don't. I just glue it, leave a little border, and then cut it with my scissors. Okay. So. Okay. All right. And then I just do the same thing on a scrap piece of Misty Moonlight. Because for me, it doesn't have to be perfect. I think it looks good. I don't think anyone's going to be measuring to see if you did it exact or not. Okay. Just going to trim it to the border you want, like so. And then you're just going to find the place where you want to add it. I didn't kind of think this through because of my flowers. Because I was going to put it here, but then I already glued my flowers down. So we're just going to have a little, oh, that looks really cute like that. Yep, I like that. You can even go down here. Ooh, I like that better. Okay, so I'm just going to glue mine down at the bottom. Okay, and then we are going to decorate it. You can use whatever gems you have, but I think I'm going to add some butterflies just because I really like them. Everybody usually likes them when I use them. Take your pick tool. I'm going to use a big butterfly for the middle. And then a few little baby butterflies. Isn't that super cute? I love that. This card, I use some retired swirl dots. So use what you have, like you're retired. But you can always add butterflies and swirl dots and rhinestones, whatever you have. I like bling. 1, 2, and 3. This one, I may not even have a sentiment. Oh, I forgot to stamp something on the inside. So all I did was stamp a little bird on this one, and I haven't even finished this one. So this is what I mean by put something on the inside, just a little stamp. You could put another butterfly in there. You could put Happy Easter in there. You could just punch out a flower and stick that in there. But just something so that way the inside doesn't look like an afterthought. Or a forgotten page, I should say. So there you are, guys. Those are my cards. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and tag me if you make any of these. Oh, I was going to add the little leaves and I forgot. So you can just take your Mossy Meadow and add the leaves from the leaf punch if you want, but mine are already glued down. So alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.